Guys, this next woman is just awesome. I stay awestruck in just who she is, and how brave she is, and how big her vision is. Miss Arriel Biggs is over Kidpreneurs and Mom Bosses. I have one of her books that I keep here, but she's the powerhouse behind Young Biz Kidz. It's a nonprofit dedicated to nurturing financial literacy and entrepreneurship in youth of all. We have to make certain that if we teach them young, they'll grow up, and by the time they're our age, they'll command more, they'll be in control more. And then later we'll have a person coming on who these kids need to be introduced to so that they can know how to balance it. But as a founder and executive director, she fuels her passion by empowering young minds with smart money habits and skills of entrepreneurship. Recognizing the holistic benefits of entrepreneurship, Arriel extends her mission to include parents. We've got to be good at managing our babies, offering guidance and support to foster your children's entrepreneurial spirit. We've got to be brave so they can be brave. So, juggling multiple roles as mentors, as a mentor, child advocate, public speaker, Arriel's remarkable journey has earned her accolades on local and international stages. With her groundbreaking book, Mom Boss, and her expertise as a brand strategist, Arriel is transforming Arriel is transforming entrepreneurial dreams into profitable realities, making her a true champion for moms and families alike. Guys, when I tell you this is a woman you need to know, I'm honored to have her. I want to bring her on for you today, and just prepare to be wild and understanding all that is mom boss in her. Miss Arriel showcases that. Here she is, none other than. Hey, lady.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm super excited. And every time I hear my intro, I'm like, are they talking about me? Because you do
Absolutely.
the thing, but you don't realize how important and how much impact it has of you just living your life and doing what you've been called to do. So I thank you.
Well, I love the fact that you are national in what you do. And every time I'm somewhere talking about business, I talk about you. I talk about Mikey. I talk about the women that you've inspired. So I'm excited. So I'm going to get out of your way and just look forward to you doing what you do and helping us to get better.
Thank you. So, everybody, I'm Arriel Biggs. I am the founder of Young Biz Kidz, but more importantly, I'm a mom first. Well, I'm a wife first, but then I'm a mom. And as a mom, I thought that my journey stopped, my life stopped, my world stopped with just being a mom. And I started focusing on what does it take to get my kids to the next level? My dreams are over because they're the important thing right now. But as I was going on a journey with my kids of teaching them what they needed to know, which is how to be a good person, how to stand up for yourself, how to build self-confidence. The one thing that stuck out to me that I realized that I wasn't teaching them was about money management. My son kept saying, I'm going to the NBA. I'm going to play football professionally. At this time, he's like 5 or 6 years old. And I kept thinking, you can do this. You can do all things through Christ who gives you strength. So you can do this. But at the same time, I'm like, well, shoot, when he makes all of this money, he's going to need to know how to manage the money that he makes. And then I felt like as a parent, I was doing him a disservice because I was putting him in all of these activities to help him with his skill set to get better, but not helping him with his mindset to be able to handle what it is that's going to come toward him. So he asked, can he start a business? Y'all, I was tired. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had a new baby on my arm. She was about 9 months at the time. I was tired. So he said, Mama, can I start a vending machine business? And I'm like, boy, no, you can't start a business. But then it resonated with me. I just told my son something that was contradictory to what I was teaching him. If I'm teaching him that he can do all things, that means if he wanted to start a business at 7 years old, he can do it. So I had to go back to him and say, you know what? I apologize. What do you want to do and how do you want to do it? He said, I want to start a vending machine business. He didn't tell me why, y'all, because he really wanted to start the business so he could eat all the snacks. But Nevertheless, we were still able to start the business to teach him what we needed to teach him. But the first step that I taught him was you need to do a business plan. We were not just going to give him something because he wanted it. You got to work for it. You got to put some skin in the game. And that's what young business owners or older business owners, when you want to start a business, you got to show forth the effort. Nobody's going to give you something just because. So you have to prove that you want this. So he did a quick 5-question business plan and was able to put the business idea together. After that, he approached us, he told us, and I said, we really gonna have to buy this boy vending machine, a vending machine business. I said, but at that time, me and my husband was living paycheck to paycheck. We worked regular jobs. So we didn't have a lot of savings. We wasn't even investing into our 401k. We wasn't doing the things that we were supposed to do as parents to even set him up for the future. So I was just like, yeah, we're going to have to really dive into this. And if he's going to do entrepreneurship, we're going to have to get mentorship as parents so that we can guide them on the right track, because we need to be on a different track too. Because if we're going to teach him financial literacy, we also need to know financial literacy too. So as we start working on this journey and building ourselves, we were building our son at the same time. And he was able to purchase his first 2 vending machines. And by the age of 12 years old, he owned 12 vending machines. And now if you Google, he's the youngest vending machine owner in the United States. So I'm saying that to say, when your child comes to you, you got to listen to them, listen to what they're saying, and then see how you as a parent can put them in position to win, not do the work for them, but put them in a position to win. They might not do what my son did, but they'll get the confidence and know that your support is there, because as a parents, we say no to a lot of things because our kids come to us with a lot of different ideas. They change their ideas like they change their clothes. I tell my son probably had about 10 businesses and he's 16 years old now. But the reason why he's able to continue to start and do things because the confidence that he had from our support. And our support didn't look like doing it for him. Our support looked like doing it with him and making him do his, setting goals for him, and then having him to do the thing that he said he's going to do. And in return, we would do what we said that we were going to do. So the first thing I would say is make sure your child does a business plan and show that they really, really want this. The second thing that I would say do is have them open up a bank account. As I was going through this journey, my son had a bank account. We started him a bank account very early, but as I'm working with other kid entrepreneurs from all around the world, I noticed that the lack of financial literacy and having just a basic bank account to even put their money in, but and for them to grow the money. So we had to go through this whole journey of, know what, you can't pull anything out of the bank if you don't have nothing in it. And them making their own money helps them to see that this is not an unlimited bank. Because when they look at mom and dad, they just see us swiping our cards and they think that they don't even realize, they don't even fathom them to think that where is this money coming from? They don't think about it. So when they have to start putting their own money into their bank account that they've made themselves, they'll start looking at money and how they manage money different. And that's a key thing to being a kid entrepreneur, is knowing money management, because us as a culture, we know how to make money. We know how to go out there and hustle and get it. But the thing is how much of it are you keeping? And we got to teach that from an early age, because kids need to know that money management is important to your success. It doesn't matter how little or how much you have. If you're going to be successful, you have to have a plan for what your money is about to do. The third thing for kid entrepreneurs is have their elevator pitch ready. I always meet parents that say, oh, my kid want to start a business. I got to get them with you. They got to get with you. I'm going to have them to tell you about their business, but then they don't know about their business. The parents know a whole lot about the business, but the kid don't know about the business. So my suggestion would be to have your kid practice their elevator pitch over and over and over. I'll tell you a short, cute little story. My son teaches now other kids how to do elevator pitches. We were in the class and he had an aha moment and said, Mama, I used to be so upset that you had me practicing my elevator pitch, standing in front of the mirror Every time I go out and introduce myself, I had to introduce myself with this elevator pitch. I didn't realize how much it was setting me up to learn my business. It wasn't that he could repeat the same thing over. He had to be able to tweak his elevator pitch for the audience that he was talking to. So if he's talking to somebody in STEM, he needed to tweak it for STEM. If he's talking to somebody that's in childcare, he needed to tweak it for childcare, or even school districts to put his book in. He needed to be able to tweak his elevator pitch to be able to present to those people. That is a skill set that our kids need to have. The elevator pitch helps them to communicate properly. Most of us as adults don't communicate properly, but when you can truly articulate the vision that you have for yourself and what it is that you want to do in this world, you grab people's attention. So kids need to learn early on that their elevator pitch is important. Now I'm about to jump over to you moms, and I'm going to say parents. I work a lot with moms, but I do have some fathers that I work with, but the majority of moms. I am going to say to you, and this is business, even though it sounds so basic, take care of yourself first. You have to be at your best self in order to be there for your kids. So we can't run ourselves all over the place to make sure this happening, that happening, this happening. You have to take care of yourself. During our journey, my son started his business. He wrote his first book all within like 1 year. And we're traveling all around the United States, and I get hit with breast cancer. So now I'm fighting for my life because I'm stressed out and I'm all over the place. I'm fighting for my life and not understanding that I need to take a step back and really care for myself, because if this is really the end for me, I need to make sure that I put all of my energy and efforts into this fight that I'm fighting to take care of myself, because I want to be here for my son and for my daughter and for my husband. I want to be here, and for all the kids that need to learn about entrepreneurship from an early age. The second thing that I want you to take away as a mom is you are a mom first. When your child becomes a kid entrepreneur, everybody will want to pull on them because it's exciting. Nobody's seen anything like them before. It's like the best thing since sliced bread. Like, this is it. Like, you need to speak to all the kids, and all the kids need to see this. And that is true. But at the end of the day, what is the best thing for your child? Because if your child is tired, then they're not going to be any help to those other kids that you're putting them in front of. If your child don't really want to do this, that's not a help to those other kids. It's not a help to your child. So you have to make sure that you're being a mom first, and that your first intention is to look after my child. I remember being at an event, and it was over like 1,000 people, and I'm looking at my child, and everybody wants to take pictures with him, and they want to buy books and stuff for him. And at one point I had to pull him out and put him in a different room, and we had to run his table on our own because he was tired and he was exhausted. And everybody kept saying, where is he? And I'm like, he's taking a break because he's the talent behind all of this, but he doesn't have to necessarily do all of the business, the day-to-day, the selling of the books and all of that. He needs to show up in his best light. And at that time, we noticed he was not showing up in his best light because he was tired, because he's a kid. He can't do the things that we do as adults. So make sure that you keep yourself as a mom first, and you make sure you pay attention to your kid, and make sure you don't let anybody take advantage of your kid, because all good opportunities is not the best opportunity for your child and your family and what you have going on at that time. And then the last thing I will say as a mom boss, a parent boss, is find your tribe. Like, find a group of parents that are doing what it is that you're doing. It's hard to explain to people who don't have kid entrepreneurs that you're on this journey with your child. People will say, you're doing too much. They're too young for all of that. They don't need to know all of that early on. They don't need all of that. You're doing too much, when that's not the case. We're actually using entrepreneurship as a parenting tool to teach them different things about life. So when I'm teaching you public speaking, I'm teaching you how to communicate. When you're practicing your elevator pitch, I'm teaching you how to communicate properly in front of people. When I'm teaching you how to open up a bank account, I'm teaching you that you got to have a plan for your money, and you can't let the world tell you what your money should be doing. I'm teaching you that every month something is designed to take your money out of your pocket, and I'll run through it really quickly. But every month of the year is something from January to all the way to December. It's always something that's designed to take your money out of your pocket. So you got to find a tribe that understands that, and understand that, yes, Christmas is very important, but it's not all about the gifts. It's about the gratitude. It's about giving. It's about how can I serve? When we talk about Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is not about the cute outfit. It's about being thankful for who's sitting at the table with you and who's supporting you in your life. When we talk about celebrating our nation and for the 4th of July, it's not about the nice 4th of July outfit. It's really about we're us coming together and celebrating our independence, and our independence as who we are, as who we've been created to be, and what the call is that we should be putting out in the world. So I'm just thankful that finding a tribe, you'll know what that tribe needs to look like as it relates to what it is that you need in your life at that time as you're walking through this journey with your kid entrepreneur. So I am Arriel Biggs, and the one thing that I want you guys to take away from is we have to be proactive and not reactive to things. And financial literacy is something that we should be teaching early on. And entrepreneurship is the best way to do it with kids, because it gives them ownership in what it is in their life and what it is that goes into that bank account. So I'm Arriel Biggs, and I'm thankful for the opportunity.
I knew you would absolutely bring it. Sis, thank you so much. Thank you for being vulnerable and transparent. Thank you for pouring everything into it. I know we can't wait to get more of you guys. Portia started it, you brought it, and we're just going to keep this thing rolling.